This is the first assignment for artificial intelligence, search and MDPs. So this is the code for my first assignment and it's just in the main file. So you can run the main file from an IDE or by going into the Assignment-1 path and then running it from the command line. So I'm going to just run it from the IDE, and when you run it, you'll get a GUI that pops up where you can set the grid size of the maze. So I've set the default to 25 and 25, and you can set where the goal is arranged, where I've kept it to 1 and 1. And you can run the search algorithms together, such as DFS, BFS, and AStar. The checkmark determines which algorithm are going to run together. And similarly for Markov decision, you can run the value or the policy iteration, and you can set the deterministic to true or false to compare it with the search algorithm. So I'm going to first run the code for search algorithms. So I'm going to leave the grid size to 25 by 25, and I'm going to leave all the algorithms selected, and I'll just change the goal to 5 by 5, and I'm going to click on the run algos button. So the yellow line is the DFS's path, the squares that are green is for AStar, and the red line is of BFS. So over here you'll get the whole information about the algorithm. So DFS took a length of 63 and it searched through 577 nodes, just taking over 0.01 seconds. Similarly, BFS took a shortest path of 41 and it searched over 588 nodes, and it has a time complexity of 0.01 seconds. Similarly, AStar finds the shortest path of 41 and searches over 457 nodes, and it has a similar time of 0.011. Similarly, I'm going to run the code and just select DFS and BFS to show that they can run together, and you can unselect the algorithms. And I'm going to set the goal to 25, and I'm going to select run algos. You can see now DFS takes a longer path as its final path, and it searches through 361 nodes, and it has a time of 0.046, and the goal has changed to 1,25, and BFS has the shortest path of 27, which is the red line, and it searches through 347, which is approximately similar, and it takes a time of 0.0057 seconds. Now I'm going to run the code so BFS and AStar can be compared. So I'm going to leave it as it is to 25 by 25 and keep the goal to 1,1, and I'm going to click on run algos. So now you can see this is the AStar's path and this is the BFS's path, and they both are able to find the shortest path of 49, and BFS takes a search path of 624 while AStar just searches through 543. They both take almost the similar time of 0.01 seconds. So now I'm going to run the code for Markov decision, and I'm going to leave the value and policy iteration to checked, and I'm going to keep the grid size to 25 by 25 and the goal to 1 and 1, and I'm going to leave the deterministic to true. So you can click on the run Markov button, and you can see that it's creating the path. And the blue line is the policy iterations path, and the red squares are for value iteration. You can see that both of them find the shortest path of 49, and value iteration takes 0.1 seconds, while policy iteration just takes 0.01 seconds. So I'm going to run the code now for Markov decision, but unchecking the deterministic option. So I'm going to leave the value and policy iteration to checked, leave the maze parameters as it is, and I'm going to click on the run Markov button. So on clicking the button, we can now see again that value and policy iteration find the shortest path of 49, whereas value iteration takes 0.09 seconds, policy iteration just takes 0.01 seconds.